Hello, everyone. I wanted to do a recording to talk about XDefiant. A trailer came out for it not too long ago. I'll get into that, but first, a quick update. I always try to give you all an update before the start of a recording. My health is not doing well again, and this will unfortunately be a recurring theme. I know that I've mentioned that in past recordings, my health has been the reason why I haven't done as many recordings, and it will be a recurring theme for a reason. It's because I just can't afford the healthcare that I truly need to be able to correct the problem long term. Everything I've been doing up to this point has just been a temporary patch, more or less. It's just one of those things. It's out of my control. There's not enough money in the world right now, at least for me, to to correct the problem. I'm not going to get too upset about it or depressed because I know it's not something I can really fix, and I also am aware that there are people in worse states than I am. As long as I've got a roof over my head and food on the table, that's really all I'm going to try to worry about, which is, as of late, been kind of a struggle too. But anyways, so at least I got my video card situation fixed. I finally got enough help, and I have a new video card thanks to some generous people in my life. I will be able to do game recordings once again. At this time, at a much better quality than prior. Okay, with the update out of the way, let's talk about XDefiant. So what is XDefiant? As I understand, XDefiant is meant to be a Ubisoft World themed arena fast-paced shooter. What I mean by Ubisoft World is that they will have characters or factions from various titles within the Ubisoft world, such as Splinter Cell, Division, and a couple of others, all combined into one game to make this arena thing. That's the most that I'm really aware of when it comes to this, and if that's the case, then I would say cool. Because, as I stated in my recording regarding the Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale, the Battle Royale market's just super saturated. It really is. Unless somebody can do something, unique or interesting, I really don't see a point in making more Battle Royales. If they want to make more arenas, then cool. That's one thing that the gaming world hasn't really done much of. I will say for personally me, that there was one arena-style game I really liked, and I'm really sad to see it not have a second one, or, for that matter, the community keeping up with it. Let me tab over real quickly. Back in 2015, this game came out, the Mean Green's Plastic Warfare. This was essentially army men, and they took it and made it into a arena-style type of game. The levels were really cool. You had all kinds of levels like the kitchen, the bathtub, so you had all the bathtub toys, such as the rubber ducky and things that you could jump on and things like that. This was honestly one of the best arenas. And I really wish that there was a return to like these old awesome games. Maybe not exactly, but they could take some inspiration from it and try to do better. Because this was honestly super fun. So I know Ubisoft's not going to do it, but I'm just saying, in regards to the whole arena thing, it would be cool if they could return to those kinds of things. But maybe X Division will have, I don't know, a cooler way of handling it. Who knows? But regardless, it's kind of my thoughts on arena versus Battle Royale. Okay, let me tap back over. Ooh, no. There we go. Okay. So with that said, yeah, I would say I'll wait and see what happens with it. But if it's going to have the Ubisoft world involved, then I would be at least concerned that there would be some sort of greed involved. Because as with really any game where you have this kind of stuff going on, there's going to be skins or some other microtransaction. With this having the entire Ubisoft world ranging from, Division to Splinter Cell, I could see them really trying to, get a lot of money from those microtransactions because of how many fans are within that. I know a lot of people to this day still like Splinter Cell, for example. The reason I think that's going to be a concern is because they did say that this was going to be free to play. I did forget to mention that in the first part, my bad. But anyways, it is going to be free to play, which means they're going to have to make up money somewhere. And usually when it's a free to play game, they usually make up for that money in microtransactions. So I can only hope that they don't abuse the franchise, I guess you can say. But given that there's been an exponential increase in greed in the last couple of years, I know it's one of those things that I just can't give my hopes up on. So yeah, I guess we'll see. That would be my first concern. My second concern would be, of course, what would it take to play this game? One of the things that we're dealing with now is the shortage in computer parts. I just went through it myself, and it took a lot of help to get me to where I am. I know I got pretty lucky in comparison to some other people, but things apparently won't return to normal until next year. So if they're not going to return to normal next year, then, and if this releases now, then my question is, how many people can play this? Because if this has high requirements like what we saw with the Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale, then there's not going to be very many people that could play it. Honestly, what would do really well, I think, in the current situation and in general, is if they can make a game that could be played on a AMD Ryzen 5600G or 5700G. AMD is releasing those two APUs in August. I think August 5th is the correct date. If they could be played on an APU, then that would certainly help, assuming that the APUs will be in good supply. But if not, then the backup would be the laptops, because there's actually gaming laptops out there that are just sitting in warehouses, like entire boxes of them. So if it can be played on a gaming laptop pretty easily, one that maybe not doesn't have very good requirement or good hardware, I should say, that would be another way to alleviate the situation. But yeah, that's in short. I hope that something works out with the whole hardware side of things. But other than that, that's really all I can say on this topic. I'll keep an eye on it, I guess. But for now, thanks for listening.